Good afternoon. I'm glad you could join us on NTV at 1. My name is Olive Burrows. We start in Bungoma, where we have Zacchaeus Mwasame standing by. He's going to bring us up to speed on the preparations for the Matungu by-elections scheduled to be held on March the 4th, and that is following the demise of the Member of Parliament, Justus Murunga. Mwasame, already saw that the Amani National Congress Party has handpicked a candidate. What else are other parties mobilizing?
Thank you so much, Olive. We are coming to you live from the heart of Bungoma here in Bungoma County. Like you rightly mentioned, after a series of making to prepare for burial ceremonies for the two MPs who died earlier last month, that is Justus Murunga of Matungu and James Lusweti Mukwe of Kabuchai. Now the gears have changed to preparing to, inherit those seats, and we have had political parties start preparing for the same. ANC, that is Amani National Congress, has already picked a candidate. They picked that candidate directly, that is Peter Oscar Nabulindo, in Matungu, to just make sure that they are ready to retain that seat. Remember, Justus Murunga was an ANC member of parliament, and therefore that party has already assured its members that they are going to make sure that they retain that seat. Now, we also have other stakeholders. We have ODM that is also preparing for the same. ODM is, we have informed that they are preparing to pick David Were, who is a former member of parliament for Matungu, to come forward and also muscle it out with Peter Nabulindo, amongst other competitors who will come with other political parties. We are also informed that the chairman for CDF of that particular constituency, that is Athman Wangara, is also battling it out with his wife, Christabel Murunga, to come as independent candidates to make sure that they also, defend that seat. Now, that is Matungu. Coming to Bungoma in Kabuchai constituency, we also have those who are eyeing for the same seat. We have several people. Some of them are still in office. They are still holding several government offices, and they are required to resign. We have not seen any of them resign. But we will only mention there's one who is a former KRA director called Evans Kakai. He's battling for the Jubilee ticket. We have another one called Kalasinga Majimbo, who also vied on Jubilee ticket and became, I think, number 6 or 7. So they are also battling it out to make sure that they prepare and get these seats. Maybe just if you can give me also a minute, just to get the feeling of a member of Kabuchai constituency, to just tell us maybe what exactly do they expect in this particular by-election. Your name, and then tell us.
Yes, thank you, Mwasame. I'm Alan Wocha Wanyonyi. I'm a resident of Kabuchai constituency. And first, I just want to say that we lost a very powerful leader, that is Honorable James Lusweti Mukwe, and we pray that he rests in eternity. I want also to tell you, Mwasame, that people are expecting a lot from the person who is going to take up the position of our befallen hero. And one, this person has to be down to earth. This person should be like Mheshimiwa Honorable the late James Mukwe. He is a person who should at all time be with the people, especially Kabuchai residents have always been with the Honorable Member of Parliament who has never lived in Nairobi. All the time he believed that his home is Kabuchai, so he was on duty, that is from Tuesday afternoon up to Thursday afternoon. Then on Friday he would be home.
Can you put your mask on well?
Thank you.
If you continue. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, maybe a question from me.
Yes.
This was a Ford Kenya seat,
yes,
and we have wrangles in Ford Kenya. Do you think that's going to affect the retainers of this seat?
Yes, it is going to affect, because you understand we now have two factions, and even when you look at the court ruling where they said that they had to maintain the status quo, and yet the Secretary General and the party leader are not reading from the same line. So you expect it's going to affect, and especially to the candidates who are going to be for the two divides. And don't be surprised that you may get somebody who is independent coming and getting it through.
Thank you so much. That was Alan Watcher. Asante sana. Thank you for your time. In the interest of time, I beg to stop there. So Olive, we'll be keeping an eye to just make sure that we update you on everything that will be happening here. The serious campaigns are yet to start, but the political parties are just putting their houses in order to make sure that when that particular time comes, nothing should be left to chance. So from Bungoma County here in the heart of Western Kenya, my name is Zacchaeus Masame. Now back to you in studio.
All right, thank you, Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus Masame was speaking to us from Bungoma, and following the demise of two members of parliament, by-election is expected on the 4th of March for the Matungu parliamentary seat. That is following the demise of Justus Murunga. And moving on from Bungoma County, we now go to Wajir County, where Nuruddin Elmoge has filed a report following the remains of Assistant Chief Omar Aidan, who will be laid to rest at the Korofa Cemetery in Wajir County. Omar Aidan Bull was abducted by the Al-Shabaab on Friday last week after a raid on his village. The militia then beheaded Omar at a different place and dumped his head 35 kilometers from where the administrator was initially kidnapped. As I mentioned, Nuruddin Elmoge with that report.
Ya kuhakikisha kwamba ile mwili ya chief bado tutapata ile kitu ambayo tumesika peke yake ni kichwa.
To the resident of this small border town, Al-Shabaab attacks, IEDs, torture and security operations are not news to them. However, this latest incident have a psychological impact and residents are scared.
Kulaumu vikali hawa majambazi ambao wameua chief ya Gumari, Chief Umar, na vile vile wameua wengine wengi hapo awali, na bado wako na nia ya kuua wengine mpaka wakaanza kutisha kila mtu kusema ya kwamba wale wengine ambao ni sympathizer ya serikali watauawa namna hiyo.
The scars left behind by successive Al-Shabaab attacks in the area are continually reminding the locals it's not a question of if, but when they will strike again. From the wreckage of police vehicles destroyed by IED attacks to telecommunication masts and other government facilities.
They killed him so that people leave that particular settlement which is near the border, and we're not going to do that.
By beheading the head of the deceased, we are telling them we are not fearing and we are not scared. We will redouble our efforts. This is the kick of a dying horse. We will not allow Al-Shabaab to roam our Wajir County and in the country at large.
Mwili nafikiri hiyo ndio itakuwa assignment ya kwanza. Wale vijana 25 na wale NPR na wale forces yetu iko Konton na kwingineko watahakikisha kwamba during their foot patrols, kwa sababu hatujui ni wapi, we are not sure. Kama ingekuwa ni kitu ambayo inajulikana ingekuwa rahisi, lakini kuna kasoro kidogo hapa na pale, bwana county commissioner. Hiyo kasoro moja yao ni hii chief anaenda peke yake na pikipiki. Yenyewe hiyo si mzuri. Lazima amri itoke wakati chief ama mfanyikazi wa serikali anaenda mahali, lazima kuwe na permission ili aende na hawa askari ama NPR. Yeye akaenda tu na pikipiki yake.
The dust raised from the administrator's burial is breeding a new front in the war on terror along the frontline settlements.
Tutaketi chini na OCS hapa kuhakikisha kwamba how we can utilize our NPR alongside na ile team ambayo tumesema the solution ya Mheshimiwa Rashid, tuweke mikakati sisi wote. Wengine wakienda pande hii, we shall be planning how we can do it, that operation. So that at night, hata nimesikia CAS yetu Mheshimiwa Elmi amesema kwamba mapikipiki itakuwa hata support in those lines. mapigipigi zingine iwe inaenda hii, wengine wana patrol this area.
A team of youth, women and elders, including police reservists, have vowed to pursue and flush out the armed militia from their county. Nurdin Almoge, NTV, Wajir County.
From matters insecurity in Wajir County, we now cross over to Nyamira County, where Oko Kusa joins us from. Oko, I hear that the body of the late Nyamira Governor Nyagarama has arrived in the county in preparation for his burial tomorrow.
Well, not really. The body has not arrived. We are made to understand that it will land here tomorrow morning at 8:30, and that is from Wilson Airport. That is the plane that will be carrying that body will be flying from, and it will land at some primary school called Riamanoti in Borabu constituency, and thereafter the procession carrying the remains of the fallen Governor John Nyagarama will snake its way here at Nyamira Primary School, where the main burial event is supposed to happen tomorrow. This particular burial is supposed to be attended by President Uhuru Kenyatta, of course, and his deputy William Ruto, and opposition leader Raila Odinga is also expected to grace that occasion. We are also made to understand that only 2,000 residents or people will be allowed access into the venue that is in line with the COVID-19 containment measures. So those are some of the regulations that we are getting to understand will be administered here tomorrow. And of course, here as we speak now, there's an interdenominational prayer meeting which is going on, attended by various churches and of course people, relatives, friends and politicians. We're made to understand that there's a group of Kisi politicians accompanied by close relative members of the late Nyagarama who are departing right now from Nairobi. They were in a meeting earlier on with the president at the late Nyagarama's residence in Karen, and they have just set off for this particular event happening here at Nyamira Primary School. And so briefly, that is the program that we have right now. It's an emotional, of course, ceremony expected to happen here at Nyamira Primary School. And of course, thereafter, we are also made to understand that the casket carrying the remains of Nyagarama will be transported to his tent residence, which is about 2 kilometers away from here. That is where it will be interred tomorrow after the solemn event that will happen here at Nyamira Primary School. Over to you.
Speaking to us from Nyamira, where he tells us an interdenominational prayer service is being held in preparation for the burial of the late Nyamira Governor Nyagarama. We take a break on that note. We'll be back shortly.
The Naivas Wiki Kuu ya Chrissy bila worries, Chrissy na Naivas. Every day 350 winners kula shopping voucher worth 2,000 shillings. All you need to do is simply present your Naivas card when you shop for your chance to be one of the winners. Funga 2020 bila finyo. Naivas saves you money.
Oya cheki, kuna vile sasa muziki manze, kuna vile inajipa manze, yani na cheki haimaanishi tu tunajibamba, yani very regular.
Kitu ya muhimu kwanza ni kujua hali yako ya status ya HIV.
Kwa hapa hivi tuwapeleke na rieng, tujue venye manze tutasaidiana si kama vijana. Na kama unaogopa kwenda pale hivi kwa clinic, unaweza pitia pale hivi kwa chemist ya mtaa, uitishe a self test kit na wanauza 500 bob only. Unajitestia tu mtaani, unajua hali yako.
Manze na ukiweza patikana nayo, yani uko positive manze, usiogope. Kuna madawa yani jo, kuna counseling manze, unaweza kula fit yani, alafu unaweza piga bado ma exercises kiasi hivi. Na kama nyewe manze ukiweza patikana yani hauna manze, usiasi tu unaenda kutafuta tena.
Cheki. Ukiweza abstain.
Lakini maji yakizidi unga,
wrap it before you tap it.
La bila gloves haiwezi.
Unapoendelea kujikinga kutokana na HIV, tafadhali zingatia taratibu zote za serikali za kujikinga na virusi vya corona.
Afya bora, maisha bora. Jipime, jiinue. Christmas, jaza jaza, kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi, ibambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
Experience the all-new PesaPop app from Family Bank. Enjoy a fresh new look with simplified navigation, access instant loans, save and earn interest, pay your bills, send and receive money locally and abroad, buy airtime and so much more. Download PesaPop app and make your banking convenient, easier and faster. PesaPop ni pesa bila stress. Family Bank, with you for life. Family Bank is regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.
This Christmas, Quickmart wamesema wacha truly isuffocate, wacha truly ichoke. Jaza jaza jaza, kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi, ibambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
Welcome to Westridge Schools in Thika Greens. We are CBC compliant. Admission is ongoing for playgroup, pre-primary 1 and 2, also grade 1 to 4 and class 5 to 7, all mixed. We also have a girls' boarding high school. The safety of your child is assured with spacious classrooms and dormitories. We have unmatched modern laboratories, gymnasium, swimming pool, and a spacious playground. Secure your chance. Call us on 0794 896 995. Westridge Schools. Aim high, we fly together.
Thank you for staying with us on NTV at 1. Now, there is a likelihood of the handshake team of President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga fronting a united force in the race to replace Mike Mbuvi Sonko as Nairobi governor. Sources within their circles indicate there is a growing push to have the two leaders reach an amicable solution that will also see them prevail upon some of the politicians who've already indicated interest to either step down or agree on one. ODM Member of Parliament Simba Arati has indicated that there were talks already amongst Nairobi leaders to reach an agreement. The IEBC has gazetted February the 18th, 2021 as the by-election date for the Nairobi governorship.
And we're happy that the Senate gave us a gift for the Christmas, and the gift is by sending Sonko home. Yes, he will come around, he'll comfort himself in terms that he's the best person knowing on the people's affairs in Nairobi. No, we are sure we're going to have a candidate who is a compromise candidate between Raila and Uhuru for us to be able to campaign for him. And that team, I can bet, will be the winner. And this is Nairobi, this is not Msambweni, this is Nairobi. It will go the Kibra way, and I will make sure we have delivered.
As Kenyans gear for the festive season, motorists and all road users across the country have been urged to observe traffic rules to avoid accidents as we near the end of the year. At the same time, religious leaders from Nakuru are urging leaders to prioritize the issues affecting Kenyans. Ruth Samwe has that report.
Motorists in Baringo County have been urged to observe road traffic rules following a rise in road accidents within the last 4 months. Speaking during a spot check on major black spots along Nakuru-Eldoret Highway, Baringo County Commissioner Henry Wafula appealed to road users to abide by the rules, adding that most deaths had been attributed to flouting of the traffic rules.
If you look at that lorry imebeba simenti, utapata ni mahali ambapo utapata huyo ni fatigue. Malabda ameamrishwa hakulala jana, anaambiwa peleka mzigo Eldoret. Unaona mahali smart anakuja anaanguka. But let's observe speed. Hii ni wakati hata ukienda 80 kilometers per hour utafika. Waswahili wanasema umeenda pole hajikwai. Kwa hivyo tunaomba kabisa watu wa Kenya, kwa kwanza hii barabara yetu ambayo inapitia katika kaunti yetu wawe waangalifu.
At the same time, the residents have been urged to observe curfew.
Mkijienjoy ni mchunge iko curfew. Wewe jienjoy tena, ifike saa 3 mtakutana na hawa. Celebrate mapema. Niko celebrate kwako kwa bedroom. Wewe za Yesu Kristo mwingi? Wewe sasa wewe ndio uzae Yesu Kristo. Usiku hiyo saa 6 hiyo na madakika kwako kwa nyumba. Za hapo sasa. Kwa sababu sasa kimeumana.
In Nakuru County, religious leaders from different denominations congregated at Keringet, Kuresoi South for prayers over issues affecting the country. While urging Kenyans to enjoy responsibly during this festive season amid the pandemic, the leaders are calling on the government to respond to pressing matters affecting the nation.
Sisi wachungaji wa Kuresoi North and South tumetaabishwa sana ama hatujafurahishwa na kile ambacho inaendelea injini yetu ya Kenya, kwa sababu tunaona viongozi wanashughulikia sana mambo ya BBI na mambo mengine, na watu wanakufa na ugonjwa wa corona ambao ni COVID-19, na huku madaktari wamekoma.
Serikali iketi chini kabisa na kuangalia vile haya mambo ambayo yametusumbua katika Kenya hii yaweze kutatuliwa na yaweze kufanyika kwa njia inayokubalika.
Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.
In the spirit of Christmas, a blind couple in Embu has received the gift of a brand new house after their plight of living in abject poverty was highlighted on NTV. Some good news finally. The house, worth 400,000 shillings, has been made possible through the generous donations of well-wishers through a WhatsApp group. The house is a first step to ensuring that the couple lives in dignity 52 years after they became man and wife.
The love story between Benjamin Nyaga and Lois Kanja is not like any other. They found each other even though they have been blind since birth. It now seems that Lady Luck has struck yet again, as they seem to be stepping out from the darkness of poverty and into some light. First step, home ownership. While the story of their love and commitment to building their family warmed many hearts, the building that has housed them all these years grabbed the attention and conscience of viewers. Today they open up a new chapter as they have received the gift of a new home.
Nyumba waliokuwa wakiishi ni hii, angalieni. Mtu haoni, tena anaishi kwa nyumba kama hii, wakati wowote nyoka anaweza kumtembelea ama nyumba imwangukie. Lakini Mwenyezi Mungu amewalinda mpaka leo, wakati ambapo sisi tumekuja kuwajengea nyumba ambayo tutakwenda kuifungua.
This is only the beginning for this couple, as many people pledge to support them and hold their hands to navigate the challenges of life.
Katika kazi yote serikali imenituma kufanya Embu, hii ndio kazi mimi imenigusa na kunifanya mimi nijisikie kuwa nimefanya kazi ambayo imemridhisha Mungu.
Embu County Commissioner Abdullahi Galgalo, speaking during the official opening of the house at the couple's home at Karinguri Village, Kiambere Ward in Mbere South Sub-County, urged Kenyans to extend their hospitality to the needy during this festive season. Charity Mwangi, NTV.
Kenya is set to increase investments in renewable energy as a means to cut power costs, reduce pollution and tackle the adverse effects of climate change. The government will map out areas that have the potential for renewable energy, doing a nationwide survey that seeks to identify and quantify the country's renewable energy potential. Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation Director Alex Chesosi has urged Kenyans to embrace renewable energy as an alternative source of power. Chesosi was speaking at Bukura Renewable Energy Center in Kakamega, where he urged the county governments to partner with them in building capacity on renewables.
There is a solar pumping. You've seen the PV solar for lighting. There is solar thermal for heating. Basically, it's a center of excellence where the local citizens come here so that we can take them through the different variables renewable energy we have here. You know better that this is a new frontier. Renewable energy is the next big thing.
Keith Ndenga and Hazel Nyokabi have been crowned winners of the Kenya Film Commission Scriptwriting competition in conjunction with the Israeli embassy. The two were awarded virtual scholarships in film production at Israel's leading film school. Israel's ambassador Joseph Oded and Kenya Film Commission's Timothy, I beg your pardon, Owase were among industry players who graced the event. The scriptwriting competition was part of the 4th edition of the Sherekea Israel Film Festival that ran virtually between the 10th and the 13th of this month. Besides the competition, the festival comprised screenings of various films from Israel and Kenya, as well as virtual masterclasses on film production.
Partnerships, and we are open for business. So my rallying call to Disney and among other key production entities across the world is that Africa is ready and Kenya is more than ready for film business.
Two more good news. Christmas has come early for more than 200 single mothers in Korogosho slums as children living with cerebral palsy and other disabilities received food donations from the British Chamber of Commerce in partnership with the Nation Media Group. The event, which took place at Dominion Primary School in Korogosho, is meant to cushion those families also affected with the COVID-19. The content of the packages include salt, sugar, maize, flour, toothpaste, and other foodstuff, which will go a long way in helping the families during this Christmas season.
Christmas, we are working together with the Nation Media Group to raise funds so that we can get a pack of Christmas to everybody. Each pack costs 2,500 shillings.
Almost 600 families in different areas. Today we are doing 250 in this area, like say for the caregivers and also the children that are within this community.
Money is received by our donors, by our members, that each shilling gets to the mouths of the vulnerable. So Team Pankaj has got a fantastic program since he started in the beginning of COVID. And we promised and we will commit to coming and helping him, particularly over this Christmas period.
There's never a better time than Christmas for us to share the little we have with those in need. UNICEF has raised alarm over the displacement of over 250,000 children following the insurgency witnessed in Mozambique. The crisis that was sparked by a violent campaign by an outlawed group referred to as Al-Shabaab has disrupted the lives of many children in northern Mozambique, many of whom are living in a temporary accommodation in Cabo Delgado. The United Nations has launched an appeal for $254 million to help hundreds of thousands caught up in the Islamist insurgency aimed at carving out a caliphate in northern Mozambique. 2,300 people have been killed since the violence began in 2017, and hundreds of thousands have been forced to flee from their homes. Carabao Cup defending champions Manchester City beat Arsenal 4-1 in the quarter-final match played at the Emirates Stadium to book their place in the semi-finals. Gabriel Jesus put City in front, or is it Jesus? Put City in front of the in the third minute before Alexandre Lacazette levelled for the Gunners in the 31st minute. Other City goals were scored by Riyad Mahrez in the 54th minute, Phil Foden in the 59th minute, and Aymeric Laporte in the 73rd. Meanwhile, Brentford beat Newcastle United 1-0 at Brentford Community Stadium to reach a major semi-final for the first time. Tonight, Stoke City will host Tottenham Hotspurs at Bet365 Stadium as Everton play Manchester United at Goodison Park.
And they've scored. It's a quality goal from Phil Foden. Foden's corner then goes short to Mahrez. It's a gorgeous ball, it had to be in. Just a brilliant ball in.
My director, Diana, is quite tickled that I said Jesus instead of Jesus. My apologies. Lionel Messi scored his 644th goal for Barcelona as his side thrashed Real Valladolid 3-0 at Estadio Jose Zorrilla to break Pele's long-standing record of goals for a single club. Messi supplied for the first goal when his cross was headed in by Clement Lenglet, and he started the move for the second, finished off by Martin Braithwaite. The Argentine forward then scored Barca's third goal. Ronald Koeman's men are fifth on the table, 8 points behind leaders Atletico Madrid, who moved 3 points clear of the nearest challengers and city rivals Real after beating Real Sociedad 2-0. Mario Hermoso and Marcos Llorente scored for Atletico. And in other results, Villarreal were held to a 1-1 draw against Athletic Bilbao as Suso struck 9 minutes from time to give Sevilla a 1-0 win at Valencia. Tonight, Real Madrid will host Granada at Alfredo Di Stefano.
Instead, the shot comes in. It's right to Dan. Sevilla can break here. It's a well-placed pass. It's a very well-placed pass. Sousa will get onto it. Goes inside.
Serie A champions Juventus suffered their first loss of the season as Fiorentina humbled their 10-man squad 3-0 at Juventus Stadium. Dusan Vlahovic put Fiorentina ahead in the 3rd minute before Juve's ex-Chelsea midfielder Juan Cuadrado was sent off in the 18th minute. Alex Sandro's own goal in the 76th minute and a Martin Caceres effort in the 81st minute sealed the victory. Juve has now dropped to 4th in the log, 7 points behind leaders AC Milan, who will host Lazio at San Siro tonight. Juventus had already lost 3 points after their walkover victory over Napoli in October was rescinded. Napoli won their appeal against the decision to deduct them a point and award host Juventus the game when the visitors failed to travel because some tested positive for COVID-19. Meanwhile, Crotone beat Parma 2-1.
Well, I've seen everything now. Fullback to fullback, Fiorentina, left back Biraghi on the left-hand side. Fires at a...
For somebody who doesn't watch much football, that was a trial indeed. Well, that concludes NTV at 1. Mark Masai will be here at 9 p.m.
This is NTV.